There are moments when silence feels louder than sound, when the heart waits, but nothing seems to answer, when prayer feels heavy, not because belief is gone, but because the waiting has been long. This reflection begins there, in that quiet space where the heart wonders if it has been forgotten. Pause. Breathe. Stay. For a moment, nothing needs to be fixed, nothing needs to be explained. This is not a lecture, this is a holding, and after this gentle opening, this reflection now anchors itself clearly, openly, and unmistakably to one specific Quranic verse, Surah Ad-Duhaa, chapter 93, verse 3. Its authentic English meaning says, "Your Lord has not forsaken you, nor has he turned away." This entire reflection is built on this single verse. It was revealed during a time of deep emotional stillness. Revelation had paused. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, felt the weight of silence after closeness. Mockery followed the pause. People whispered that Allah had left him, that connection was gone. And it was to that ache that Allah responded, not with argument, not with correction, but with reassurance. This verse did not deny the pain, it answered the fear beneath it, the fear of abandonment, the fear that silence means loss. Returning again to this verse, we notice its tenderness. The word translated as forsaken carries the meaning of being left behind. The word translated as turned away carries the meaning of withdrawing affection. This verse gently removes both fears, not loudly, softly, as if speaking directly to the chest. Pause again. This verse was revealed to restore emotional safety, to say silence is not rejection, delay is not distance, and this truth did not belong only to that moment. It travels, it reaches, it arrives here. This verse was revealed when hearts were confused by quiet, when connection felt interrupted, when love felt paused. Allah responded through this verse by naming what was not happening. He was not leaving. He was not turning away. The emotional condition of that time was fragile. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, carried responsibility, loss, and pressure, and silence magnified all of it. Returning again to this verse, we feel how Allah addresses the fear before addressing the future. He does not rush to promises. He first restores safety. The word meanings behind this verse suggest permanence, stability, unbroken care. This verse teaches the heart that absence of sensation is not absence of presence, that love does not disappear because it becomes quiet. This verse speaks to anyone who has waited and wondered. It speaks to those who felt close once and now feel unsure. Returning again to this verse, we feel how it slows time. It does not explain everything. It simply stays, like a hand resting on the heart. This verse remains a refuge, not because it removes struggle, but because it removes loneliness from within it. Pause. Let the verse sit. Returning again to this verse, we remember its place in the surah. It comes after the morning light, after reassurance through imagery, as if Allah was rebuilding hope step by step. The silence of revelation had been misinterpreted by others, but Allah corrected the meaning, not the moment. This verse addresses the human tendency to assume the worst in quiet spaces. The Arabic root meanings suggest attachment that does not break, care that does not fluctuate. This verse teaches that divine love is not reactive. It does not withdraw because of delay. Returning again to this verse, we see how it heals internal narratives, the ones that say, "You were forgotten, you were left." This verse gently says, "No, not even for a moment." The emotional depth of this verse lies in its restraint. It does not overwhelm, it reassures, again and again, across time, across hearts. Historically, this verse arrived when the Prophet Muhammad needed emotional grounding, not instruction, not correction, presence. Allah did not explain the pause, He explained His loyalty. Returning again to this verse, we feel how it restores trust, not through logic, but through closeness. This verse speaks to hearts that interpret silence as loss. It gently reframes waiting as still being held. The emotional problem this verse addressed was not disbelief, it was vulnerability, and Allah answered it with care. This verse continues to speak because hearts still fear abandonment, still wonder in quiet seasons, still ache in pauses, and this verse remains steady, unchanged. Returning again to this verse, we allow it to close gently. No urgency, no demand, just truth. Your Lord has not left, has not withdrawn. This verse does not rush healing, it assures presence. As this reflection ends, nothing is required, nothing is pushed, only a calm certainty remains. Silence is not absence, delay is not rejection. This verse stays, and so does care.